Life is a game. There are all these different types of games, and how we go about living our life is a result of how we view life, our outlook on it. It matters how we view the game. And according to this book I'm reading, Finite and Infinite Games, there are two types of games, the finite and the infinite. And the main difference is that one ends, the other doesn't. The finite game is played with the intent of ending the game with winning. It is a competition. Like, for example, in business, you have the competition who can get the highest rank, who can go highest up the corporate ladder. Now, you down here, you're only moderately successful at life. You're up here, you're very successful at life. The infinite game doesn't see it like that. The infinite game says the infinite player is more playful. He says the finite player plays within boundaries, infinite player plays with boundaries. The infinite player looks at life not as ending, as beating the game, but continuing the game, making it last as long as possible. The purpose is to enable others to initiate their own actions so that others will initiate their own actions, so that others and others and others. The purpose of the game is to continue the game. That's the purpose of it. Now, what you have here is what I realized is that the reason we have laws at all is because of the finite players. Because they see it as a contest, a competition, they seek to do everything in their power to win that competition. And thus we have laws to prevent them from doing things such as killing and stealing and etc. to win. Because they see life in that way, we have to make a law, because otherwise our society would completely collapse. So what we do is, alright, well, first of all, the infinite player would say that the laws, would see the laws as unnecessary because they think, alright, if I'm trying to continue the game, if I'm trying to keep people playing, make others act, and others act, and others act, then I'm not going to want to harm society like that. I'm going to want to, I judge my own strength based upon how I enable others. If I make you do something, if I help you to do something, I'm very strong as a person. But if I don't, if I disable you from doing something, I'm a weak person. And because of that, laws would not be necessary, because I'm going to do whatever's best for society. I'm not going to kill because that disables someone else from acting. I'm not going to steal because that disables someone else from acting. I'm not going to do this or this. I'm going to help society because I'm viewing society as an infinite game. So we have these laws to force the finite players to play like the infinites. Naturally, they'll still be viewing life as a competition, but the main difference is that rather than doing all the stuff, now the limits have been drawn. The line has been drawn. You do not go outside this box. And this box basically says, alright, you're still trying to win the competition, but anything that you do to win the competition has to still continue to play, has to still meet the goals of the infinite player. So they're helping the infinite players out over here, but they're still trying to win. And I thought that if we were all infinite players, we would not need those laws. Another thing is that basically the finite game is a line. Point A, point B, and maybe a point C in the middle where they have to cross. They have an obstacle that they have to complete. Or maybe it's an angle and they have to go here, here, here. But anyway, point A, point B. The goal is to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. Whoever crosses that line the quickest wins. And that's how finite players view life. It's that line. Infinite players view it as a circle. Now, you can go anywhere in the circle that you want. You can make a line inside the circle where you say, all right, here's a point A and point B, and I'm going to see how quickly I can go across, because that's continuing the play. If I make a competition, that gets others involved. That's continuing the play. So I can still have finite games within my infinite game, within my circle, but I can't have a circle inside the line. I can't have an infinite game inside a finite game, because, yeah. So, and the infinite player can expand the circle, make it bigger, make it smaller. They can do anything they want with the circle, anything they want. And someone else can have their own circle. They can have overlapping circles so that this part includes both of them. This part is their separate hemispheres. Or they can have the same circle, and they can each do anything they want in that circle. Currently in our life, our infinite players have overlapping circles. We have our own private area where I have this room here, and I have this blog here that I'm doing, and that's my own private circle. Then I go to the store, and that's an overlapping part of the circle, where we each have stuff that we can do. We can all interact and continue to play there. And so infinite players see it as a circle. And I was wondering, how does everyone else view it? I myself would view life more in an infinite way, whereas I know people that view it as finite. They see a goal and they have to get the goal. I see it as there are infinites. It's infinites, and then there are finite goals inside it, like getting good education, get a good job, climb up the corporate ladder. And sure, there are those, but that's not what the entire life is based upon. If we get rid of that, and if we get rid of all that competition, life would be so much happier for everyone. We wouldn't be saying, oh, well, you work in a factory, you're not successful, you're a terrible human. We'd be saying, oh, well, that's what you enjoy doing, that's continuing to play, good job. You're a success because you're continuing to play. Are you enabling others? Are you helping out the community? And I think that's where a lot of religion has gotten off the right track, because when you look at it, religion originally was an infinite game, helping out everyone. Just do good deeds, enable others, charity, community, help the community. It was an infinite game, enabling others to action. But then, now we view it as more finite. We view it as okay, I am here and currently damned to hell, and I have to get to heaven. Or I'm currently here and I have to achieve nirvana. Whatever. It's become almost a finite game, which is not right.